Hey babe, I've been carrying this in my heart for a long time, and it feels like I've finally reached the point where I need to open up and share something deeply important with you. There's a difference between us, one that I've noticed for what seems like ages, that has grown too significant for me to keep to myself any longer. I've replayed the words over and over in my mind during countless late nights, searching for the best way to express this. You know me well. I'm not always the most forthcoming when it comes to the tougher truths. Still, I've realized that without honesty, even the strongest connection can suffer. So here I am, finally setting my fears aside and letting you see the vulnerable side of me. I want you to understand that this difference isn't small or trivial. It's not a fleeting concern or a little quirk of personality that can be brushed aside. It is, in many ways, a reflection of how I perceive myself next to you, an awareness that arises every time I look into your eyes or witness the way you interact with the world. You are such a luminous soul, and I can't help but feel both awe and a hint of uncertainty when I'm reminded of just how brightly you shine. You see, from the first day we met, you have radiated warmth, compassion, and a kind of unspoken strength that draws people toward you. It's as if goodness flows effortlessly through your veins, lighting up any room you enter. When I watch you talk to someone who's feeling lost or alone, I see the way your words cradle their hearts, reminding them they matter. When a friend breaks down in tears, you're the first to offer a hug and a gentle reassurance that everything will be okay. And when you see a stranger who looks like they've had a rough day, you manage to reach out in some small yet meaningful way, a kind smile, a brief conversation, or even just a caring glance that conveys empathy more powerfully than words ever could. Each of these seemingly simple gestures has left an impact on me. Over time, I've come to realize that this isn't just your nice side or a well practiced courtesy. It's an intrinsic part of your being. You are kindness incarnate, a radiant energy that highlights the best in people simply by existing. In contrast, I sometimes feel like I'm only glimpsing that level of empathy in myself, still learning how to offer it so freely. That's the difference I'm speaking of. The gap between your effortless grace and my fumbling attempts to emulate it. This awareness makes me reflect on my own shortcomings, the moments I wish it shown more patience, the times I let fear or pride inhibit my compassion. I've spent countless hours thinking, why can't I be more like her? Or, what if I don't measure up? As someone who genuinely wants to grow, it can be difficult to acknowledge that I still have so far to go. But here's the truth. I feel blessed that you're the one guiding me. You make me want to become a better person, to expand my capacity for love, and to be more present for the people around me. Still, it'd be lying if I said those feelings of unworthiness never creep up. There are moments when you do something so breathtakingly compassionate or graceful that I pause and wonder, am I really the right person for her? I'm not saying I doubt our connection, rather, I worry that you deserve more, someone with a heart as unguarded and giving as yours. But then, in those exact moments, you somehow sense my insecurities. You look at me with those wise, gentle eyes and remind me in a thousand unspoken ways that you see something in me that I struggle to see in myself. It's almost supernatural the way you recognize my potential, the version of me that exists beneath the layers of doubt, pain, and hesitation. By loving me with such sincerity, you encourage me to push through those walls and step into a brighter version of who I am. Being with you has made me realize that growth isn't about reaching perfection. It's about accepting ourselves wholeheartedly, flaws and all, and working day by day to live more openly. You inspire me to move forward with courage, to test the boundaries of my comfort zone, and to believe that I can meet you halfway in that shining space of empathy and love you inhabit so naturally. It's important for me to express just how grateful I am for your presence in my life. You don't just accept my flaws, you celebrate the parts of me that are still learning, still adapting, still becoming. In that acceptance lies a kind of magic, a reassurance that we're on this journey together. I want you to know I'm deeply committed to growing, not just for my own sake, but for ours. Because you deserve a partner who can appreciate the full depth of your spirit. Maybe I won't ever mirror your light exactly, but I hope one day to shine brightly beside you in my own unique way. With that said, there's another aspect of our shared path I'd like to talk about: our financial situation. Sometimes it feels like we're fighting a secret war with the day to day realities of life. Between bills, unexpected expenses, and the pressure to plan for a future that we want to make as secure as possible, it can become overwhelming. I know both of us have silently harbored our own anxieties about money, where it comes from, how best to save, and whether or not we're truly on the path to the stability we envision. Spirit, I feel, is nudging us to pause and take a more intentional look at our financial standing. It's not just about the numbers in a bank account or the debts we might carry, it's also about our mindsets around money, our willingness to pursue opportunities, and our courage in advocating for our worth. There's a subtle energy building on the horizon, like the hush before a storm, that suggests changes are coming. These changes have the potential to transform our situation in unexpected ways, but they also carry their own set of challenges. We might have to confront our fears of asking for what we deserve, whether that's a raise, more respect in a workplace, or the bravery to forge a new path entirely. Spirit wants us to recognize that our voices are valid and that standing up for ourselves is part of honoring the gifts we've been given. We're both patient by nature, yet sometimes that patience can turn into complacency. It's as if we think that, by waiting, the right moment or the perfect solution will just land in our laps. But Spirit reminds us that active participation in our own journey is crucial. We have to be both patient and proactive, blending calm trust with decisive action. Criticism or competition might arise during this process, and that's okay. In fact, these forces can become catalysts for growth rather than obstacles. They can push us out of our comfort zones, forcing us to learn new skills or to prove our mettle in ways we never anticipated. The important thing is not to let fear hold us back. If we remain open to constructive challenges, we can harness that energy, using it to drive us toward the financial security and professional fulfillment we seek. As we embark on this path, I want us to remember that we're in this together. When the pressure mounts or when disappointment sets in because something didn't go as planned, I want to be the one you lean on, and I want to lean on you too. We can remind each other that our value isn't determined by a paycheck or a title, but rather by the integrity we bring to every situation. Still, money does matter in practical ways, and striving for abundance isn't inherently selfish. It's part of creating a fulfilling life that allows us to support our dreams and contribute to the causes we care about. Spirit's message here is clear. Trust that the universe is aligning in our favor, but don't neglect to do our part. Let's be brave enough to say, yes, I am worthy of a better position, of a business that thrives, of the chance to stand up and be recognized for my abilities. Let's also be brave enough to say, no, when an offer diminishes our worth or an environment stifles our personal growth. It's about planting seeds of intention and then nurturing them with effort, self belief, and resilience. I know talking about money can be uncomfortable, but I also know that real intimacy means discussing every area of life, even the ones we'd rather avoid. By airing our worries and hopes, by combining our strengths, we can navigate these choppy financial waters with a sense of unity and purpose. We can stand side by side, supporting each other through the fluctuations, rather than letting monetary concerns erode our bond or overshadow the love we share. Ultimately, both this financial journey and the difference I've been grappling with come down to one main lesson: vulnerability. We find power in naming our fears and speaking our truth. You, with your radiant spirit, remind me that vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness. It's a testament to our willingness to embrace authenticity. Admitting that I'm in awe of your compassion, and sometimes intimidated by it, is my way of honoring you. And it's also my way of opening the door for growth within myself. So, babe, I hope you receive these words in the spirit they're offered. My love for you is unwavering, and I share all of this not to cast doubt on our relationship, but to fortify it. I want us to move forward together, hand in hand, acknowledging the ways we differ, celebrating the ways we unite, and supporting each other through the practical challenges that life inevitably brings. Thank you for being the beacon you are, for inspiring me to strive for more empathy, more openness, and more courage. Thank you for seeing in me what I sometimes struggle to see in myself, and for helping me believe I can bridge the gap that once felt so wide. Thank you, too, for trusting me enough to stand by my side in this shared mission toward a more secure and abundant future. Wherever this journey takes us, I'm ready to face it with you, confident that your light will guide us, and hopeful that I can offer you my own growing brightness as well. I love you deeply and wholeheartedly. I believe in you, in us, and in the unique strengths that will carry us through every uncertainty. This is our chance to embrace each other's differences, to rise to the challenges ahead, and to transform every anxious thought into an opportunity for growth. Hand in hand, heart to heart, we can step forward, shining together in all the ways that matter most. Oh, search, deep research, ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.